Do you want your bust point to be accentuated or pronounced? Then you have to watch this video to the end because in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to achieve your bust that or your side that. On this channel, I and my husband teach fashion using pattern and freehand cutting for both male and female. I'm Jike Setro and you are welcome to Setro Craft channel where I teach you fashion as easy as A and B and C. Let's get to the cutting table and cut out until our bust that. Right now on this cutting table, cutting out our bust that is just in a few minutes. Once you have your basic bodice pattern, and if you don't know how to cut out your basic bodice pattern, please check the link below. Check the link to your left where you see the basic bodice pattern video that I just uploaded on this video. So bust that helps the bust point to be accentuated. It can be taken with a waist that or without a waist that, just like the one I had on I showed you in my intro. It was without a waist that and it was still beautiful. But for you to be more pronounced or accentuated, you take the waist that and the bust that. So how do we take that? It's so easy. This is your upper bust line. Some persons call it the chest line, and this is your bust line. And you want to pronounce this part. You just don't want those waist darts alone. You want a bust dart. So how do you do that? You just come in between. You come to your the last point of your armhole here or this upper bust line, and you take the measurements to the waistline, just like I have it. So you can see. I'll take the tape measure right now. This was what I got. Then I'll divide by 2. Dividing by 2, you're gonna see what it's gonna give me. It's so easy. So this is the point. I'll mark the point right there. So I'll take this point to the bust point. I'll take this and connect to the bust point just like so. So connecting to the bust point right now, I want to take this dart, but you know it will not be okay by the time I take the dart up to this bust point. It's going to be fusing on the bust point. So I'm going to stop taking the dart on 1 inch. So I'll come 1 inch away from this dart point. I'll make a mark here. Then I want to take 1 inch dart. If you are really busty, it's advised you take 2 inches dart because the more the burst, the more the dart you take. But if you are not that busty, you take 1 inch or half inch dart or 3/4 inch dart. So for a 1 inch dart, I'm going to be taking half inch on both sides. So I'll come this way, this half inch here, then this also half inch here. Then I'll connect this to this point. Remember, I told you we're not going to make it up to this so that it's not going to be porky on the bust. Can you see that the bust dart, or some persons call it side dart? It's pretty easy, just as easy as A and B and C. So there are these challenges of how do you connect to your allowance. Our advice on this point, you come out only by half inch. You come out by half inch. Let me tell you why I say this. Let's say your other measurements, you're using 1 inch allowance, your armhole, and let me also quickly chip in this. Your shoulder points, you join on half inch on the shoulder, and it's done this way. If you check this bust point is 10 inches because my own bust point is 10 inches. But for you to cut on your fabric, you have to, if you don't want to join half inch on the shoulder point, just slightly this way. Let's say you want to join half inch, just like so, you join it, then you'll be pretty cool because you'll be joining the back and front shoulders there that half inch. But if you're not going to put in that allowance there, it's advisable when you're cutting on your fabric, make sure that you create the 10, you not cut on exactly on your bust point, you cut 10.5 inches such that it will create the fold. Then your waist will be adding the half inch, or it's better you had on the shoulder points. Each of the methods will do. So after this, what do you want to do right now? I was trying to explain to you the allowance on the armhole point. You take half inch allowance and just like that. But when you get here, try to take if you're taking 1 inch allowance, try to take half inch allowance here, because by the time you are stitching, you know the allowance will be here. It will be excess, and it will be bulky, bulging on the side. It will be too heavy. So by the time this is 1 inch, let me show you what I'm trying to say. So by the time we get to these points of the dart, we just take a ½ inch like so, ½ inch. So but others can be 1 inch. And remember, we have taken out 1 inch from this side, the side, not the center front. So we're going to add 1 inch, this 1 inch back, because it's going to be short of 1 inch. So you add this 1 inch back. So you add the 1 inch back, just like so. So after adding this 1 inch, then you connect just to the center front like so. Why are you connecting this way? Such that you connect this way because the dart is not on the center front. Remember, this just, I stopped on the waistline. If you have it to the hips, you do same, just like that. If it's on the hips, you add that 1 inch on the hips part. And I have to do this because this is what, there is no dart here. So if I add that 1 inch here, it's going to be excess. So by the time I stitch this 1 inch, by the time I'm stitching, this will be okay and it will come okay to the center front. So your ½ inch allowance will be just on this ½ inch, ½ inch, ½ inch. Then the others will be 1 inch, 1 inch allowance. So you're gonna be connecting your seam allowance like so. So when you get there, you try to go inside. Why are we doing all this? We're doing all this because we don't want this, what's it called? Can you see it? Just like so. So you come back. So, what am I trying to explain to you? Can you see this point? It's so important to achieve this because if you just do 1 inch, it's going to be excess and it's going to be giving you challenges when you're stitching and all the like. So it's just advisable you come in like this. You come in more than your normal allowance here and it will be pretty cool. So and with this, don't forget to do the slants just like this and you'll be okay with your side dart. So I'll just cut out right now and cut on the fabric. Then you're going to see how I'm going to stitch it on the fabric. You just note the point on your fabric, then I'll stitch accordingly and you see by the time I'm going to take the waist dart and I'll take this bust or side dart, you are going to see the accentuating. When I say accentuating, I mean the emphasizing and pronouncing effects that it's going to create here. So let me just cut out right away. Having it right now this way, you can see I'm putting this in our going in of the bust point that's extension with my pattern master. So you can see it's pretty good like that. So I just cut it out on fabric right now. What I just want to do is I'm going to take the waist dart first, then I'll now show you. I know you know how to take the waist dart. Don't know how to take the waist dart, just check my video. Then I'll show you how to take this side dart. Just in a couple of minutes, you trace it out just like you have it here. You trace it out on the fabric like so. Then I'll show you right now. Right now you can just see I've traced out the pattern on the fabric. I'm just going to take my waist dart and you can see I had to extend the dart just like you rule out so that you know where you're going to be taking, just like so on the fabric. So you just come like so and it's pretty easy, just like so. So you have to do the extension to your what's it called, your seam allowance. Then I had to do the extension of this dart to also this allowance that we added, and it's pretty easy, just stitching on the machine. You see how it's gonna come out beautiful. I haven't taken my waist dart like so because that's not how I am first it today. I'll just take the two side or bust darts and you see it's pretty cool. Yeah. So can you see by the time I'm through with stitching this my side dart, you can see there is no, because I made it half-inch extension, just like I told you from the pattern on the dart point by the side or the bust dart. You can see there was no much of bulging effects by the side. So that was why I told you. Can you see, if it was to be 1 inch, it's going to be excess and it's going to be icking. It's going to cause some hiccups for you on the side. So I think you follow this and it's pretty good. And this is the I add my waist dart already. So by the time I put it on, you see it's going to give it a nice effect. Let me just try to put this on and you see what it's going to accentuate the bust shape. Yeah, you can see by the time I'm through with this bust dart or side dart, can you see the effect? And I coupled it with a waist dart, so it's making it as if it has a bustier shape. It's accentuated the bust. Can you see the bust is prominent? It's noticeable, and just like that. So in easy steps, just as easy as B and C, that's how to achieve your bust dart or your side dart with your waist dart for an accentuating effect. So it's pretty easy. Yeah. So if this video has been helpful to you, please don't forget to like. It matters to us a lot. Like this video, share, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Setro Fashion, on Facebook, Setro Fashion School. And we have Black Friday price slashes for all our fashion school courses right now, over 70% discount. So you just have to hurry while the offer lasts and get on board to Setro Fashion School. You can log on to our website www.setrofashionschool.com. And also as we're entering into the Yuletide season, don't forget to call Setro Media for your events, photography, and cinematic video coverage. So our numbers will be showing below. And you can also follow Setro Media on Instagram, Setro Media. And follow me, Setro Blog. Stop shaving.
Ain't no time to stop it. So show me what you need. I know that you want it, but what you got yourself into? What you got yourself into? What you got yourself into? I don't feel wise on me.
All the eyes on me, all the eyes on me,
Yeah.
all the eyes on me, all the eyes on me, all the eyes on me.